This video will be demonstrating subcuticular stitches. So we're used to loading our needle with it coming off to the left from our needle driver. You can see that this is a 90-degree angle. Every other stitch when you're doing a subcuticular stitch will orient this way. The other times you're going to have your needle face to the right, and again it will be in a 90-degree angle from your needle driver. This is really important for this stitch. Unlike with our other stitches where we enter the skin with the needle being perpendicular, coming straight down into the tissue, when we're doing subcuticular stitches, we're actually going to have the needle lying parallel rather than perpendicular with our laceration. So we're using the subcuticular stitches when we're stitching up the perineum. We already have all the internal vaginal mucosa brought together. This really is a cosmetic stitch. So you can think of starting low near her anus. We could say her anus is down here, and then we'll work up until we've reached her introitus. So that's just zipping up that last little bit of perineum, ultimately making it so it looks like she never had stitches. So we're never going to come onto the outside of her skin because any suture we put here would be visible and could scar. So the way these stitches work is you're going to enter just barely inside, right on the edge there, and then you're going to use your wrist to twist and come out where it's again just inside. You can do these anywhere from like a half a centimeter to a centimeter. Again, we're following the curve of the needle. All right. So for that last stitch, we'd oriented to the left. Now we're going to orient to the right. We'll have our needle once again lie parallel, and then whatever place you exited the tissue on the other side, you're going to want to enter exactly adjacent, okay? I'm going to hold my needle driver just a little different than I usually would, just so that you're able to see what I'm doing a little bit better. So we're coming in here because that's exactly adjacent. Sorry, I know this is a little tricky to see. Okay. And then we're going to exit. And this is not a very deep stitch. This really is as close to just being in the epidermis as our stitches are going to be. We'll follow the curve of the needle to come out again. So you can see that this line here is straight. So we went straight to the other side, and then if I were to pull these two strings, it's going to just zip it together, and you can't see any suture. So that last stitch, we'd oriented to the right. So now with this next stitch, we're going to orient our needle to the left. We ended here, so now I'm just going to come right next to it. I'm still entering perpendicular to where I'm going to insert, so the needle's going in straight, but it's just that your needle's going to be lying in a way that's parallel. Okay, and I'm using my wrist to twist, and we'll come out here, so that's about another centimeter. I'll just do a couple more here. So that last one, our needle went to the left, so now our needle's going to go to the right. Again, we'll come here, come straight across, entering right on the edge. Like so. Okay, and then again, as we open this up, we see that basically these lines are horizontal. And then when we pull the string tight, you can see that it zips up really well. You can't tell there's a gap, and you also can't tell that we had suture there. Looks good.